you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the show where we are always striving to find the most obscure answers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
I'm Tanvi, this is my partner Dan, and I'm from Harrow, Dan's from Crawley.
Couple number two.
Hello, Alexander. My name's Tony. This is my wife, Sally, and we're from Lincolnshire.
Couple number three.
Hello, I'm Kieran. This is my best friend, Carl, and we're from Dorset.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Bernie. I'm from Liverpool. This is my friend Josie. She's from Warrington.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very, very warm welcome to Pointless. It's wonderful to have you here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He's a popular voice on Radio 4. And if you're too young to know what Radio 4 is, just think of it as Radio 1 with more politics and less Dua Lipa. It's my new Pointless friend. It's Hugh Dennis.
Yeah, thank you. Well, delightful to be here. Delightful to see all of you. So we have two new pairs. Are you feeling good? Feeling nervous?
Scared. Yeah, nervous.
You're feeling... I tell you what you are feeling. You're feeling colour coordinated. That's...
that is almost uncanny, isn't it? How well you match.
It's lovely.
And go beautifully well with the colourways of the studio.
Good luck to all of you.
Now, Veronica and Val didn't win the jackpot last time. I know. But it does basically mean that today's jackpot starts off at a majestic £2,250. That's a king's ransom by anyone's reckoning. If everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, the pair with the highest score at the end of each round will get eliminated. There's a very good way you can ensure that you are not that pair, and that is just to make sure your scores are very, 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 very low at all times. So good luck with that. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is children's entertainment. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns children's characters called Something the Something.
So on each board, there are going to be 7 clues to children's characters from books, film or television who are all called Something the Something. But we give you the first half of the name and miss out the second something. So please fill in the blanks and give us the answer the fewest of our 100 new.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our first board of 7 clues. Here they come. Something's the something. Winnie the something is friends with Eeyore and Piglet. Waffle the something something can talk to his owners Evie and Simon. Oscar the something sits in a dustbin on Sesame Street. Bob the something likes to fix things with Dizzy and his can-do crew. Thomas the something something works on the railways of the island of Sodor. Casper the something something likes to help people, unlike his wicked Uncle Fatso. Pete the something loves his white shoes, music and playing the guitar. There we are. Tanvi, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm a primary school teacher.
Very good.
Year 2, not my usual year group, but...
Oh, hang on, so what's your usual year group?
I prefer upper school.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I like the older ones a little bit better.
You'll end up loving year 2, though.
I will,
At the end of the year, it's only because you're... Exactly, it's the fear of the unknown.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, by the end, you'll go, those year 2s.
I'm never leaving year 2.
I love them. I want to go to reception next time.
Oh, gosh, no.
Careful what you don't wish for, if that makes sense. Tanvi, what do you think?
See, I feel like I should know the whole board.
Well,
being a
by the end of year 2 teacher, you probably will.
I knew a few, but I feel like the one I'm going to go for is Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good to me. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Casper the Friendly Ghost. Casper the Friendly Ghost is good. Down it goes 56. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's very good. So it's a 1995 film. Casper is considered the first film to feature a CGI character in a lead role.
There you are. Excellent. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Sally, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I'm retired now, but when I did work back in the 70s, I spent 5 years in the police force, which was where I originally clapped eyes on Tony. I left after 5 years for a different career course, and I worked for various organisations in admin, finance type of capacity, which probably sounds quite dull and boring, but when you love a spreadsheet as much as I do, it's actually good fun.
No, when you know your way around a spreadsheet,
I
Sally.
miss a spreadsheet now I'm retired.
And when you were in the police force and you first clapped eyes on Tony, is he a criminal?
No. At the time, he wore a nice, quite attractive white-topped cap, which kind of drew me to him.
Nice.
Traffic officer.
Okay.
Oh, traffic
Which probably
officer.
wouldn't draw many people to him, but he looked quite appealing to me in those days.
Very nice. Sally, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for one that is a show that I watch with my youngest grandchildren from time to time, and I think it's Waffle the Wonder Dog.
Waffle the Wonder Dog. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said Waffle the Wonder Dog. Phew. Waffle the Wonder Dog is absolutely right. 56 is our only score, and you pass it by some distance. Down to single figures, Sally. Look at that. 9.
Well done.
Yeah, Waffle the Wonder Dog first aired on CBeebies in 2018 and is voiced appropriately by
You.
Rufus Hound.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
appropriate because it was Rufus Hound. That's
Rufus
great.
Hound.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Kieran, welcome back.
Thank you.
This is your last show.
Yes.
We have to make this one count. Tell us a bit more about yourself, Kieran.
Well, I recently got a new bike, which mainly was to use to start cycling to work, but I've also used it to sort of expand my geographical knowledge of the area where I live in near
Oh, that's
Bournemouth.
good. What's the longest trip you've been on your bike?
Well, it's actually an e-bike, and it's got quite a limited mileage, probably about 10 miles on it, to be
That's
honest.
not bad. That's pretty good. I mean, you do a bit of pedalling, don't you?
Yeah.
Or is that just for show?
Well, when the battery dies, you go about 2 miles per hour on it, so it doesn't get you
I
that far.
see. No, it doesn't really. OK, now, Kieran, what are you going to go for?
I think that the Sesame Street character is Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch, says Kieran. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Oscar the Grouch. Oscar the Grouch is absolutely right. 56 remains the high score because you passed that. 9 is our low score, and there you are on 23. Pretty good.
Yeah, well done. So Oscar was originally orange on Sesame Street, and then he suddenly turned green. And in the 2009 interview, he said that he turned green because he'd fallen in a swamp and remained orange underneath, but refused to wash because he liked the
Algae.
He liked the colour and the mould. Yeah.
Now, Josie, welcome back. Show 2 for you. Lovely to have you back. Tell us more about yourself, Josie.
So I've been getting creative recently and doing some writing. And I wrote a short story that's about Boris Johnson set at Halloween. It's a bit of a horror story.
Have you entered it into any short story
I haven't.
competitions?
It's in a little book form. I need to do that.
That's fun, though.
Yeah.
No, you've got to keep up with that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's also one we didn't know about, isn't it? His Halloween party. We had no idea about.
No, we haven't
that's-
told about that
yeah,
one.
that's
No,
the
that
point.
hasn't been mentioned yet.
No. Josie, this board's all yours. Would you like to fill in all the blanks for us?
Yeah, well, they took my answers. So the top one's Winnie the Pooh. Then you've got Bob the Builder, Thomas the Tank Engine, and I don't know...
They
Pete.
didn't take all your answers.
Well, no, they didn't, but
I know what you
don't
mean.
know
I know you
Pete.
mean.
I'm
yes.
at the bottom going,
I mean,
Pete
Pete's the low-scoring
Pete
one
the-
there.
ooh.
Yeah, I know.
So out of the 3 that are left, I think I'm going to go with Bob the Builder.
OK, Bob the Builder and his can-do crew. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Oh, I'm sorry, Josie. 91 for Bob the Builder.
Yeah. Bob the Builder, of course, has had 2 UK #1 singles, including in Christmas 2000. Can We Fix It?
Was that the highest scorer of all those remaining ones, or was there...
No, in fact, Winnie the Pooh was the highest scorer with 93. Thomas the Tank Engine, not far behind, 83. And the lowest score on the board was Pete the Cat, 3.
Our youngest, Henry, a few years ago, went to a birthday party, came back and told me all about it and said it was brilliant. We had a really fun time. They had a We Need a Poo cake. We need a poo.
We need a
I
poo.
said, we had a We Need a Poo cake. I said, really? What? Are you sure? Describe it.
Yeah.
He'd misheard. Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 9 was the best score of the past. Very well done indeed, Sally. We travel up from Sally's brilliant 9 to 23, which is where we find Kieran and Kel. From there to 56, where we find Tanvi and Dan. And from there to 91, where we find Josie and Bernie. Luckily, we've got Bernie on the case, and Bernie gets the new board So I don't we need to worry. I think, Josie, everything will be taken care of because Bernie will know a really lovely low-scoring answer, won't you, Bernie?
I'll do my best.
Yes, absolutely right. Very good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more clues to children's characters up on the board, and here they are. They're all called Something the Something, including Sean the Something, lives at Mossy Bottom Farm. Dora the Something has adventures with a monkey called Boots. Minnie the Something is also called Hermione and has a cousin called Dennis the Menace. Budgie the Something rescues people from his base at Harefield Airport. Ruby the Something needs Rachel and Kirsty to help find her rainbow-coloured sisters. Willow the Something is a sprite from Doyley Woods. And Clifford the Something is loved by a girl called Emily Elizabeth. There we go. Bernie, over to you. Welcome back. Great to have you with us a second time. I mean, my goodness, we discovered after a long career in IT, you threw it all in for pizzas.
Yeah. And I don't regret it for a minute.
Is there a rule that if you work for them and you're feeling a bit peckish, you can go in and see if they've got any leftovers?
Well, if there's not a rule, we eat the leftovers anyway, so...
Mind you, the leftovers in the case of pizzas is usually just the crusts, isn't it? So it's not much. That's not so much fun.
If they have a remake or something's gone wrong,
yeah,
they accidentally put something on that shouldn't be there,
yeah,
we have to eat it.
No, oh.
Because it can't go
Luckily,
to the
that
customer.
must never happen, surely. Now, you're on 91. You're the high scorers.
Yes.
But I think with your incisive eye, I'm hoping you're going to find a really nice low-scoring answer.
I know a few of them. It's a case of what will be the best scorer, and I think the bottom one is Clifford the Big Red Dog. I'll go for that one.
The Big Red Dog. Cliff the Big Red Dog. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. There's no red line for you, I'm afraid, as you're the high scorers. Big Red Dog is right. Down he goes to 54, taking your total up to 145.
Yeah, so Clifford the Big Red Dog was a character created by Norman Bridwell, and he was originally going to call the dog not Clifford, but Tiny.
Nice. Good.
It made sense. Tiny the Big Red Dog.
No, ironic, though.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Cal, welcome back to Pointless. Great to have you with us. This is your third show.
It is, yeah.
Oh, no. Anyway, it's fine. We're going to make it work.
Got it.
Kel, tell us more about yourself.
Well, recently, in the last year or so, I've been getting up to a lot of misadventures with Kieran because he moved down to Dorset, which is my local haunt, and that's how we became best friends. And so we get up to a lot of fun going around the local area. We go for walks down the coastal path.
Kieran with his electric bike.
Exactly.
You having to go along with a recharger, some sort of dynamo to try and charge it up again.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, that's fun. Now, Kel, you're on 23, which means even if you score 100 points, you cannot lose. You are through to the next round, come what may. But I think you'll have a nice answer.
Well, in that case, there's an inference that I think I can make. I'm going to go for it. I think it's Willow the Wisp.
Willow the Wisp,
Yeah.
says Cal. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Willow the Wisp? Willow the Wisp is absolutely right. Down it goes to 40, taking your total up to 63.
Yeah, so
Brilliant.
Will o' the Wisp has an interesting history here. It was the title character in a 1981 series, which was narrated by Kenneth
Williams.
Kenneth Williams. But the character first appeared in a 1975 short film about the use of natural gas.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It's very funny, Will o' the Wisp.
I'm not sure I've ever
No, we
seen
tracked it down on DVD. So our kids grew up with Will o' the Wisp. I mean, you know, we're trying to impose our childhoods on them.
Yeah.
They might as well do it comprehensively. Thank you very much. Tony, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here.
It's great to be
I feel
here.
like we know you. We've heard so much about your past.
Well, she tells you a lot.
Yeah, but finally we get to meet you.
Thank you.
Tell us all about yourself.
I retired from the police about 15 years ago, and then I joined the probation service, worked in the courts for them, and I've been retired ever since, pursuing my hobbies and interests and helping out with the grandkids.
I mean, unless you go shooting through to the final of this show, which you might, we can discuss the hobbies and interests another time.
OK.
Should we do that? Should we park those
Yes,
for now? Put them
definitely,
on ice.
definitely.
And we'll pick up from where we
So
left
much
off.
to tell you.
Whatever you do, though, don't park them illegally.
No, oh, no, yeah.
He's after you.
Absolutely right. Yeah, him with his white top cap. Yeah. Right, Tony, you're on 9. You are also through to the next round. It does not matter what you score.
Right.
So with that pressure lifted from your shoulders, who are these children's characters with bits missing?
Well, I'm going to go for the old comic character, Minnie the Minx.
Minnie the Minx, says Tony. Let's see, how many of our 100 people said Minnie the Minx? No red line, you're already through. Minnie the Minx is absolutely right. Takes you down to 33. Takes your total, therefore, up to 42.
Yeah, well done. Minnie the Minx is the Beano's longest-serving female character. First appeared in 1953. I suspected if you were asked that same Minnie the something, you would have gone for Minnie the Moocher.
I was thinking Minnie the
Wouldn't you?
Moocher, exactly. Cab Calloway. First thing that came stomping into my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marvellous. There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Dan, welcome to Pointless. It's great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a primary school teacher as well, same as Tanvi.
And what year?
Well, I do year 5.
Year 5.
Probably be her preferred year
I
group.
see. See, that's marvellous. What are your interests, Dan?
I play table tennis competitively.
Wow, that's quite fun to watch, I have to say.
My parents played and my nan played table tennis, so we're very table tennis stout.
Wow.
But yes.
That's very exciting. Now, you are on 56. I'm not going to ask you to talk us through the board because there's a scenario in which we might have a tie. So I would love you just to pick an answer. Ideally, you'll score less than 88.
Yeah. So I think I will just take the gamble, just go Shaun the Sheep.
Shaun the Sheep, says Dan. Let's see how many of our 100 said Shaun the Sheep. Here's your red line. Right, OK. There we are. We find ourselves in a tie-break situation. Don't worry, I am trained in this. I can talk you through it. What happens is we turn to the two tied couples. The first pair that is closest to the tower here goes first. Can you supply the missing words from those remaining answers? So you can confer.
I feel like everyone knows that one.
No, but then they can't go.
OK, Dan and Tanvi.
We'll go for Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer. Bernie and Josie, what are you going to go for?
It'll have to be Budgie the Little Helicopter.
Budgie the Little Helicopter. OK, in the order they were given, Dora the Explorer from Dan and Tanvi. How many of our 100 said that? 93 for Dora the Explorer, taking your total up to 238. Bernie and Josie, what are you going to go for again?
Budgie the Little Helicopter.
Budgie the Little Helicopter. OK, there is your red line, Bernie and Josie. Let's see if we can get you below that with Budgie the Little Helicopter. We do! Very well done indeed. Oh, look at that. Down and down and down it goes. Down and down to 8. Very well done indeed. Wow, why didn't anyone take that in the first board, I wonder? But there we are, taking your total up to 153. Very well done indeed.
Yeah, so Dora the Explorer in Spanish, Exploradora means explorer. So in Spain, presumably, it's called Dora the Exploradora. Anyway. And Budgie the Little Helicopter, which got you 8, was written, of course, by Sarah Ferguson. So a very good answer. There's only one left to do. So it is Ruby the Red Fairy. And it's from the Rainbow Magic series of books, and it would have scored you 1.
Thank you very much indeed, Hugh. And that brings us to the end of our first round. It also means we have to say goodbye to our first pair, Dan and Tanvi. You are that first pair, so goodbye. But we'll see you again next time. So there we are. There's the silver lining to that cloud. Thank you so much for playing. Dan and Tanvi. For the remaining 3 pairs, though, it is now time for round 2. Oh, well, this is just terrific. I mean, you were all fabulous in that last round, all of you. And this is your just reward. Round 2, we call it. Sally, even more fabulous than everyone else. You were our lowest individual scorer. And Sally and Tony, in fact, our lowest combined scorers. So great work on the near podium. But as I say, you were all fabulous, darlings, all of you. Best of luck for round 2. Our category for round 2 today is American geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. Let us find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many US states with a smaller population than London as they could. Hugh.
Yeah, so we're looking for the name of any US state whose population is smaller than that of Greater London. And it's based on the official populations in the 2020 US Census. So the population of London in 2020 was just over 9 million people. But there are only 11 US states that are more populous than London. So there are lots of answers to get.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Tony, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to say Delaware.
Delaware, says Tony. Should we see if our 100 people like Delaware? Oh, they like it, Tony. They like it a lot. Oh, look at that, down to 6. Very well done indeed. 6 for Delaware. Superb.
Yeah, very well done. So Delaware has a population of about 1 million. But the weird thing about Delaware, it has more businesses registered in the state than there are people in the state, including more than 2/3 of the Fortune 500 companies.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Kel.
I think I'll go for Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, says Kel. Let's see how many of our 100 said Rhode Island. Rhode Island is right. Down it goes to 10. 10 for Rhode Island.
Yeah, well done. Rhode Island has a population of 1.1 million. It's the smallest state by area. And despite its relatively small population, it's got the second highest population density of any US state. You think that's dull now? You'll be telling people later on.
No, he's a geographer.
Yeah.
Bernie, what would you like to go for?
I think I'll try Hawaii.
Hawaii, says Bernie. Let's see how many of our 100 said Hawaii. Hawaii is right. Well, 10's our high score, 6 is our low. 17 for Hawaii.
Yeah, so 2/3 of the population live on one island, which is only the 3rd largest of the islands, and it's that of Oahu.
Very good indeed. Now, we're halfway through the round. I know already. Let's see how our scores lie. Tony and Sally are on 6, which is brilliant. Kel and Kieran are on 10, which is brilliant. Bernie and Josie are on 17, which is also brilliant, but it just happens to be the highest of our brilliant scores. So, Josie, you're going to have to try and do something to rectify that in the next pass. So very, very good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So, Josie, remember, we're looking for US states with a smaller population than London.
I'm going to guess at South Dakota.
That, I think, is an excellent answer. Let's see how many of our 100 people said South Dakota. There's no red line for you as you're the high scorers at the moment. That's a great answer. Look at that, down to 9. Very well done indeed. 26, your total.
Well done. 0.89 million people live in South Dakota, so the population of that state is only 10 times the capacity of Wembley Stadium.
Thank you very much. Now, Kieran, you're on 10, by the way. 15 or less gets you through.
OK, I'm going to go with Idaho.
Idaho. Here is your red line. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Idaho. Idaho's right. Very well done, you're through. Down to 9, taking a total up to 19.
Yeah, 1.84 million people in Idaho. And if you're doing a pub quiz, the other interesting Idaho fact is it produces 1/3 of all the potatoes in the United States.
Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome. It's a good fact, isn't it? It's very
it's a good fact. There we are. Sally, 6 is your score at the moment. 19 or less gets you through. What are we thinking?
I'm thinking that Bernie stole my answer. So I'm going to have the other half for Josie's and have North Dakota.
You're going to go for North Dakota?
Yes.
OK, right. Well, here is your red line. Shall we see if we can get you below that with North Dakota? Down it goes. Yep, good enough. Down it goes to 7. Very well done indeed. 13 is your total.
Well done. So 780,000 people in North Dakota, compared with 3.8 million cattle.
Wow.
Amazing. I think we know what field most of them work in. Literally field, in fact, but a very big one. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the other low scorers. You could have had for 2 points. Missouri, New Mexico, Oregon and Tennessee. And Indiana and New Hampshire both scored 1. And the pointless answer was Louisiana. So well done at home if you got one of those.
Thank you very much indeed, Hugh. That brings us to the end of our second round. Also means we have to say goodbye to our second pair of the afternoon. Josie and Bernie, I'm afraid it is you. Again, it's a very low, high score. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just these people managed to score so much less. But we'll see you next time. We'll look forward to that very much. Meantime, thanks so much, Josie and Bernie. But for our 2 remaining pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Sally and Tony, Kieran and Kel. You are now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,250. Now, the reason why I put so much emphasis on currently is because I think we might be able to make that a bit bigger, that jackpot, in this next little section. Because we're going to see if we can find a couple of pointless answers, £250 for each one you find. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many works by Gaudi as they could. Hugh.
So you're going to see 6 options. 4 are the names of buildings designed by Catalan architect Gaudi. 2 of them are scoring, 2 of them are pointless, and 2 aren't by Gaudi at all. And it's £250 in the jackpot for each pointless answer.
Thank you very much indeed. So here are 6 possible pointless Gaudi buildings. I give you Bellesgard, Casa Botines, Casa Vicens, Edificio Llamativo, El Capriccio, and Forum Ingolstadt.
Well, how are you doing on that?
Goodness.
I have absolutely no idea.
know.
Any of them.
Nothing about any of them.
No.
I don't even recognise any of them.
No.
I don't know Gaudi. I thought he was going to be an artist, but obviously he's an architect.
OK, in that case, Sally and Tony, I'm going to come straight to you. Which one would you want to nominate?
I think we should say Edificio, just because it's got the word llama in it. I like that.
Yeah, OK.
OK, so
Edificio
Llamativo.
Well, how you said it, Alexander.
OK, Edificio Llamativo. Let's see if that is a pointless Gaudi building. No, I'm afraid it's not. I'm afraid it's not. But Kieran and Kel, maybe you'll be able to find one.
Because it's not Spanish.
I think we'll go for Forum Ingolstadt.
Forum Ingolstadt. Should we see if that is a pointless Gaudi building? No! That is not either. Neither of them are Gaudi buildings. But you found the 2 that weren't, which is clever.
Edificio Llamativo is Spanish for gaudy building.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Very good.
And Forum Ingolstadt isn't even in Spain. It's not a Gaudi building at all. It's the headquarters of a German automobile company that rhymes with Gaudi. I don't know if you can work out what that might be.
Yeah,
Or
I think I know the one.
Porsche.
I think
Do
I
you
see
know
where
the
you're
one?
going. I know where
Yeah.
you're going with that. Yeah.
So let's see if we can clear this board. So Bellesgard is a Gaudi building, and that's in Barcelona, but that would have scored 1. Casa Botines is pointless answer, and it's a grand building in the centre of Leon in Spain. So we're left with 2.
I'm going to go
what do you
for El
think?
Capriccio as a Gaudi, pointless Gaudi building.
You are absolutely right. It is a pointless answer, but in the town of Comillas in Cantabria. So well done, which means that the other one, so Casa Vicens, is a house in Barcelona. And that was 4.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, bad luck. We didn't find any pointless answers, but we've had a lot of fun travelling in our minds around Spain. Let's play the head-to-head. The first player to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you are now allowed to confer before you give your answers. Here comes your first question, and it is all about soup.
So we're going to show you 5 images of different soups, along with their initials and blank spaces for the remaining letters. So please tell us the name of the soup you think the fewest of our 100 knew.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal the soups. Here they come, 5 of them. A, L. B, C, S. C, M. D, F, O. And E, G. There we are. Now, Sally and Tony, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
Right, we're going to go with B as being Colin Skink.
Cullen Skink, say Sally and Tony. Now, Kieran and Cal, can you talk us through the other soups?
I think C is minestrone, maybe. And you think that E...
Yeah, I think E is garnacho.
Wait, no, is it gazpacho? Is that soup? That's a cold soup, isn't it?
Okay, can we go with gazpacho?
Let's do it.
Don't do gazpacho.
Yes,
so
please.
we have Cullen Skink and we have gazpacho. In the order they were given, Sally and Tony went for Cullen Skink. For B, let's see how many of our 100 said that. Cullen Skink is right. That's a great score as well. 8, Cullen Skink. Meanwhile, Kieran and Kel have gone for gazpacho. For E, let's see how many of our 100 said that. Gazpacho is absolutely on the money. And down it goes to 25. And that means well done, Sally and Tony. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, well done. So you knew gazpacho was a cold tomato soup. And well done on Cullen Skink. Very good answer. From the town of Cullen, usually made of haddock. OK, now let's clear the board.
Good.
So what do you think there are?
I'm going to go for D with French onion. I think I'm confident on that one.
Yeah, no, you're right. 30, that would have scored you.
Yeah. Minestrone there, not at C.
Yeah, that would have scored you 47. So that's Italian. Tomato base, has got a bit of pasta, selected vegetables in it.
Is that laksa, A?
That is a tremendous answer.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
thank you.
laksa.
Yeah.
It's a Malaysian soup made with a coconut curry. And that would have scored you 2.
That does look good.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Right, here comes your second question, Kieran and Kel. You get to answer it first, but you've got to win it to stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question is all about whistling. Hugh.
Yeah, so we're going to give you 5 clues to facts based on the words whistle, whistler, or whistling. So please give us your most obscure answer.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 whistling facts, and here they are. The song Whistle While You Work features in this 1937 Walt Disney animated film. The relation painted by Whistler in the common name of the artwork arrangement in grey and black, number 1. The ski resort of Whistler is located in the province of British Columbia in this country. The song No Matter What from the musical Whistle Down the Wind was a 1998 UK #1 single for this Irish group. And alliterative name of the author of the novel Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. There we are. And we come to you, Kieran and Kel. What are we thinking?
I think we'll go for the top one, please. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs for Whistle While You Work, say Kieran and Kel. Sally and Tony, do you want to talk us through that board?
We think that the ski resort is in Canada, Whistler. The painting is Whistler's mother. I don't know what the other 2 are.
Is that the answer you're going to give? You're going to go for Whistler's
We're going to
mother?
go for Whistler's mother.
OK, so we have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and we have Whistler's mother. Kieran and Kel went for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs for the top one. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It is right, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Goes down to 61. Sally and Tony, meanwhile, have gone for Whistler's mother. And let's see how many of our 100 said that. Whistler's mother is absolutely right, and it wins the question for you. Down to single figures, look at that. 8, again, same score as last time. Fantastic, and it means, Sally and Tony, congratulations. After only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Well done. Just to clear the board, you were also right about Whistler being in Canada, and that would have scored you 47. The song from the musical Whistle Down the Wind was a hit for Boyzone.
Boyzone? I thought I'd say it along with you.
Of course, beautiful.
You know.
And that would have got you 20. And finally, the alliterative name of the author of the novel Fried Green Tomatoes at Whistle Stop Cafe was Fanny Flagg. That would have scored you 3.
Thank you very much indeed, Hugh. That brings us to the end of our head-to-head round, and it means, oh, Kieran and Cal, we've had you in head-to-head after head-to-head, and I'm afraid we now send you home, and you've been within touching distance of that lovely, coveted, pointless trophy. I'm so sorry. It's been lovely having you on the show. You've been absolutely brilliant, and thank you so much for playing. Kieran and Cal, fabulous. For Sally and Tony, though, it is now time for the pointless final. Congratulations, Sally and Tony. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy.
Thank you.
You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,250. The question is, will the right topic come up? And what might that right topic be, Sally and Tony?
No modern pop culture or film stars, nothing like that.
Please.
Just general stuff.
OK, general stuff, but nothing after. Would you want to put a date on this? Just nothing after maybe the mid-80s.
Geography, history.
Geography, unchanged.
Bit of music.
Bit of music, but it must be before 1985 when modern pop culture.
Nothing about film.
OK, oh, films. Brilliant. Well, very, very best of luck. I like to give people good luck before we look at the four because,
Thank you.
frankly, that's the toughest part of this round. We have pointless words. Your guess is as good as mine. Back-to-back Wimbledon champions. Flash Gordon. Fictional abbeys. Ooh. What do we think?
Well,
So?
I'm quite interested in tennis, but I'm a bit confused at what back-to-back would be. But I like words, pointless words.
Try the word.
Either of the top two, I think we could have a go at. What do you think?
Pointless words.
Should we go pointless words?
Yeah.
I like the look of pointless words.
We're looking for any word that's in the app version of the Chambers Dictionary as of the beginning of June 2023 that is either 5 letters long or 6 letters long and which uses only the letters found in the word pointless. You may use each letter once, except for the letter S, which can appear twice in your answers. So good luck to you both, and good luck to you at home.
As always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. 3 pointless answers, and we'll throw in a £500 bonus. Are you ready?
Yeah.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Opine, you said.
I said opine for 5 letters.
I think a pintle is part of a boat.
Oh, that sounds good. And splint, is that S-P-L-I-N? That's 6 letters, and that's definitely a word. So if we have opine for the 5 letter,
Pintle.
pintle and splint
Yeah.
for the 6 letters. Think
Yeah.
they'll do?
Yeah. Can we try those?
Yeah, are you ready? We can stop the
Yeah,
clock if
go
you're
on.
happy. Right, this is amazing.
I
Well
don't think
done.
It's not going to get any better.
Look at that.
No,
well,
I don't think we'll get any better.
let's have your 3 answers.
Opine,
Opine,
pintle,
pintle,
and
Splint.
splint. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
I think that pintle.
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 Should we
I
go?
don't-
Should we put pintle last?
If that's a
least,
word, I think
least
that's
likely
great.
to be pointless.
Splint.
Splint, and we put a pine
Opine
in the middle. So
Yeah.
splint, opine, pintle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order. And here they are. We have got splint, opine, and pintle. Well, 3 fabulous words on the board there. £2,250 is what you will win if one of these turns out to be pointless. If that were to be the case, Sally, what would you like to do with it?
Well, I would like to put it towards getting the house decorated because we moved into a new house last November and everything is just painted white. And it'd be nice to add a bit of colour to our surroundings. But
OK.
that's not what Tony wants.
Tony, what would you like to do?
Well, we've ordered a new car and we can't really afford it. So it would go help towards being able to afford it.
And that would
little
be
bit.
nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would be nice. So let's put these to the test. Splint was your first answer. In all 3 cases, obviously, we're looking for words made up from the letters of pointless. In this case, we're looking for 6-letter words. Let's see how many of our 100 people said splint. Well, we just have to hope this goes all the way down to the bottom of the column, because if it does, you leave here with £2,250. Splint takes us into single figures, still going down with Splint. Down we go to 2. OK, 2 for Splint. But then we didn't think Splint was going to be a
we thought
pointless
that would
answer. Opine. Ooh, now we're on to point. This feels like pointless territory, doesn't it? Opine for £2,250. Might that be pointless? Opine. Well, we know it's a word, so we can't be surprised that it's right. But down we go with opine. We got 2 for splint. Down we go. Single figures for opine. Still going down, still going down, still going down. Passing 2 to 1. I like the direction it's going.
Yes. 1.
2 to 1. Your third and final answer, the one that you weren't entirely sure. This one we can be a little bit surprised and thrilled if it turns out to be a real word, is pintle. You think it's something on a boat?
100.
I think it is, yeah.
It'll be 100.
Okay. For £2,250, let's find out how many people said pintle. Is it right? Is it pointless? Pintle's right. Pintle is right. Can it be pointless? We've gone down to 2, we've gone down to 1 so far. Into single figures with pintle. Still going down with pintle, still going down. No! No! Splint and pintle. They can't be on a level. That's not par, surely. Pintle. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, that was 3 lovely answers there, and we came within touching distance. So I'm afraid you don't take home today's pointless jackpot, but you do take home today's pointless trophies. So very, very well done on that score. Hugh.
Yeah, I mean, you were incredibly unlucky there. You were right about pintle. It is the pin on the rudder of a boat that holds the rudder, so you can lift the rudder off if you need to. Even more unluckily, opine, if you'd put an S on the end of it to make it a 6-letter word. Yeah, that was a pointless answer. 5-letter words that would have won you 2,250. So inept, loses, notes, and slope. And there are 100 pointless answers you could have got. Some of the better-known words that were pointless were nests, noses, onset, opens, pelts, pesto, piles, plots, poets, posts, snipe, snip, spent, spies, spilt, spin, spite, spit, step, stole, and stops, which is quite correctly at the end. Moving on to the 6-letter words made from the letters of pointless. Here are some of the pointless answers. So noises, piston, silent, and tonsil. Again, there were lots and lots of pointless answers. In fact, the only scoring answers here were points, lesson, listen, posset, spelt, split, spoil, spoilt, stones, and tinsel. So very well done if you got anything else at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Hugh, and thank you, Sally and Tony. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £3,250. Join us next time to see if someone can win it and to find out who our next co-host will be. Thank you so much, Hugh. You have been absolutely outstanding, an exemplary co-host, if I may say.
It's been absolutely delightful. I've loved it.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And so for the final time, it is goodbye from Hugh.
Goodbye.
And it is goodbye from me. Goodbye.